Good afternoon, everyone. All my respected teachers. Assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. These three concepts have been used in education system every now and then. We, being the teacher, we know very well about these three concepts, that is assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment for learning. But exactly what these three concepts actually mean. In assessments for learning, what we do here, being a teacher, assessment for learning has another name we also say, that is formative assessment, that is assessment for learning. Here teacher, when he facilitate students, when he teach students, after teaching he check students learning level, how much a child has learned, whether his teaching is effective or not. Continuously, being a teacher, he monitors students learning. For that, in CCE, we have been observing that at every moment we observe students learning in every field. It may be in the ground level, in the playground level, it may be inside the classroom, it may be outside the classroom. Every time, in all ways, we observe our students. Behavior, we observe our students writing, reading, listening capacity, everything we observe continuously and monitor students learning building, so that we can improve our teaching. So every time we assess our child's progress, this every time assessment of child about his progress in learning comes under assessment for learning. We also say this as FA1, that is formative assessment. Here teacher role is very important in assessment for learning. The role of the teacher plays a remarkable role. Next one is assessment as learning. Here the role of the student is very high, and the role of the teacher is not at all. In the concept assessment as learning, here child learns and monitors himself about how much progress he has been done, how his learning is running on, and at what stage he is. He asks questions himself, whether he is in the positive direction, whether he is learning properly or lagging behind somewhere. Here students monitors this level. For example, if a student scores high marks, he monitors himself that I have done very hard work, and because of that I have succeeded by scoring very high marks. Here the student assesses himself. When child scores less marks, the time he assesses himself that I have scored less marks because I have not studied and concentrated properly. In this way, here child monitors himself about his learning. Here that's why it's called as assessment as learning. And here the role of the student is major, and here here there is no role of teacher. And finally comes that is assessment of learning. We also say that this assessment of learning as SA, that is summative assessment. Being a teacher, in assessment of learning, the role of the teacher once again plays a remarkable role. In assessment of learning, teacher conducts examination after completing of units and check how much the child has learned, developed competencies, and It helps teacher to give grades, marks, and it helps teacher to judge students learning level, and it assessment of learning helps children to improve in future. It helps for the decision of for the students to what they have to do next based on their grade and result. So usually we conduct assessment of learning in semester wise, that is sem 1 and sem 2, that's we say SA1, SA2. So it is conducted, that is assessment of learning is conducted at the end. We should think about, we should firm about this. This is not a continuous, but at the end of the term. So this is about assessment for learning assessment.